Well, hello everybody. Ahoy. Captain RG3 here, coming at you live, a day late, a few hours short. Sorry guys, I'm traveling. Just got back from the Bahamas on the trip with everybody, and now we're here in Vegas. Going to be streaming with Dollar Cost Crypto tomorrow, talking about the tour. But tonight, sorry we had delays, but I am going to be bringing on one of the members of the community that slipped away for a little bit to go take care of some business, and he's returned and hanging out with us again. And we're going to bring him up. Let me see if I can. You all know him. His name is Lit. My life is awesome. Let's see if I'm doing all of this from the. I got to pull up the chat real quick. Hold on one second. Let me pull up the chat. There we go. Well, let's see who's in the chat. Yeah, sorry guys. Just got word that I was delayed here. Yep. Sorry, replay gang. Yep. Red Squirrel, what's up, dude? Crypto King, how you doing? Did you like the pictures, man? We had you out on the beach there at the nice t-shirt payout. I'm sorry, guys. Let me turn if I can turn that off so it doesn't jack my phone up. Anyway, MT Corner, what's up, dude? Hex Potential Gains. Hey, we got Johnny Chaos in the house. Oh, Wild SJ. Ben Tigre. Sir Edwards Trichomes. What's up, dude? Crypto Gains Club. Say it with me. My life is awesome. Yeah, he's coming on right now. Just a few minutes. Can't wait. I love that guy. He's just got some freaking energy that he energizes me, let's just say. Win Pulsechain. Today, tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe since the day just ticked over, maybe it's going to launch right now while I'm on stream. Let's see. Ben, what's happened? My life is awesome is the ultimate OG Hexagon Pulsechain. He is the heart of the entire ecosystem. All right. I like that. Got some fans out here. Lit. Best thought. Howdy, buckos. Anthony Munoz, what's up with you, man? Thanks for the shout out. Captain screening old school Johnny Chaos style. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it in a hotel room on my phone. Does it sound okay? I don't have the really cool microphone and the $10,000 camera and all that good stuff, but hey, it works, right? Tigre, 4 foot and rising. Oh, you guys got 4-footers out there right now? Oh, just like get a little offshore wind, get that little barrel going. That's almost a stand-up right there, man. Almost a stand-up. One more foot or so, and you're in those barrels nice and tight. Davis, thank you for the $19.99. Appreciate you, man. Exciting times. Yes, it is. It is very exciting times. And I'm sorry I can't. Let's see if I could put that up there. Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. I'm figuring this thing out. Look at that. The Xer did it. And sorry about the light. I got this like stupid hotel light shining in my face because the lighting in here just is horrible. All right. Well, without any more, hey, Famous is in there too. Me and Famous are going to be up here, and so I'm going to be streaming for the next couple hours because we're going to do a little bit here, and then I'm going to bring me and Famous are going to do our show, DeFi Syndicate. All right. So without any more BS, hello to everybody. Let's bring on my buddy here. Let's see if we can add him. There we go. What's up, dude? I did it.
Yeah, let's go. What's up, bro?
Yo, man, it's good to see you again, man. It's good to see you.
It's hard to wipe the smile off my face because the last 2 years we've had these ups and downs, and y'all have felt it. But to be where we are right now in this Pulsechain Hex game, this is the winning space. You guys understand that? We have been through the bear. The road ahead in the macro is terrifying. If y'all study macro and you realize what we are about to get into in the next 12 to 24 months, it is sketchy, all right? I now feel like we have landed on the space on the board with maximum protection to the macro chaos. And I feel so blessed to have sacked at the top of the bear, or at the top of the bull. So Hex was 35 cents when Pulsex SAC started, and it was even more during Pulsechain. And we actually got our money into this SAC at the height of the bull run. Fast forward almost 2 years later, we're all sitting here, no mainnet. However, mainnet is imminent. We could have it any day. We literally pop on right now and it could just be there. So I am freaking out and I'm so excited to be here. And I want to tell y'all, the reason that I left is not because I forsake the community or abandoned y'all. I was legally bound to not stream. All right, y'all. I can finally tell y'all the truth, because before I couldn't. It was like, there's literally people watching my channel and my lawyer is like, you do not go on there because you're so open and you're so honest. You're just going to talk about something you shouldn't, because it's just your brain is just going to tell the truth. You're just going to pop off with it. And they told me I legally cannot stream. So I have handled that like a boss. It's all handled. I'm completely free. My freedom is imminent. Mainnet is imminent. I'm chatting with the captain. I got nothing but love for y'all. Let's get this show cracking.
Yeah, baby, fired up. I love it, man. Yeah, dude, it's finally all here. You know, the wait. Gosh, 2 years of waiting, going through the bear market. You know, you got to remember the bear market comes like a thief in the night. You never know when it's going to hit. And then when it hits and it hits hard. And if you were sitting there with your pants around your ankles, you know, so I understand, man. I understand that there's people out there that are having a rough time with it. But hey, this should be a lesson for you. Get yourself prepared. Bull run's coming. Prepare for the bull run. Right now, Hex is at a discount. Hex is at like a 90% discount. You are probably never going to see this discount ever again. You will see a discount after it goes to $1, $2, and then retraces back down to 50 cents, 75 cents, something like that. But I think these prices that are bargain basement prices, which is where people should be accumulating right now and getting in, this is where you want to be getting yourself prepared right now, because the bull market is coming and Pulsechain is coming. It's going to happen anytime now. So get yourselves ready. I'm not worried about strategies and teaching people about, you know, what the best thing to do is, what kind of ratio and they should do. No, everybody's got their own plan. Everybody's got to deal with their own business that way. Probably the best thing to do is to just hold on. Just hold on and watch what happens. Hey, what's up, Kyler? Kyler coming into the stream here. Let's see if he's going to talk shit. He usually does, but I love the kid, so he can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, I like Kyler. He's the one helping people with brain injuries, right?
Yeah, he made a movie about a young man that had a brain injury, and of course he's out there doing the good work, and extending that out into the community that is the brain injury community. I needed that a long time ago. He's brain injured.
Yeah, so I think it is actually genuinely exciting for me, because having Pulsechain on my mind so much, like when I get into something, I get into it, y'all. Like I get hectic, all right? So I was just frothing on this Pulsechain Hex game, constantly thinking about it, thinking that it's going to launch at any time. And my videos reflect that, because I could barely sleep when I was creating content, because I have a very unique story of how I got into this Pulsechain game. And I literally was from Legacy, and I found billionaires in the stock market, in legacy finance. And I tracked shell company after shell company until it led to one upper echelon where I realized, oh my God, I found it. I found the source. I found the hub of all these shells. And what happened is, from there was an article that got me into Pulsechain, and I found out about the sacrifice set. And then I had the inside track Everyone else, I don't know a single person who got onboarded the way that I did. And I don't know anyone else who knew of what I knew at the time. So I felt like I had this secret. I had this fire to share with everybody that, hey, y'all, there are billionaires in this game, and they're dropping dozens of millions of dollars in one transaction. So when you're from Legacy and you look at someone putting 20 or 30 million dollars into something, that is an institutional buy, y'all. It's not some dude, all right? It's not some dude at his house dropping $30 million into something. But in this crypto game, you find that. And it's not an institution. It's just a dude who has the insight and the genius. And when you look at the God Whale and the top sacrificers, and you really analyze their plays, you start looking at, how did the God Whale become the God Whale? When you realize he's a Genesis ETH whale, and he just held while that thing moon runs. Are you kidding me, y'all? Genesis ETH whales are sacked so heavily in our ecosystem. Why? You have to ask yourself why. What are these billionaires doing in this game? That is why I was on the scene freaking out, because when you try to find value stocks, the goal is to find a low cap stock with incredible technology, preferably patents. Then you have to research their founders, the board. You have to understand the industry they're in. You have to understand the laws surrounding that industry. And then you have to find out what money they have behind them. You can have all this stuff, cool, but if they don't have the money behind them, they're just going to hang. They just hang at a capitulating low price. But the second an institutional buyer comes in and acquires them, what happens is they don't just own the company. They acquire their stock. Only they get so much of it, they become a controlling interest. So what you think are all these independent conglomerations of companies, they really just lead up to one funneling source. And that's what I found out. If y'all look up BlackRock, you are going to see an upper echelon of trading companies in the market. And below are subsidiaries, and all of it is connected if you deep dive hard enough. So that was my passion. I was getting hectic. All my boys in real life, they named me Lit the Mastermind because I'm always on the piano making crazy beats. I can't read music, and I'll just bust something out and they'll be like, what was that? That was insane. Dude, you're the mastermind. You just made that up. So my boys named me the Mastermind, and it translated into legacy. I masterminded, reverse engineered the most incredible players in this game until I revealed, oh my God, they're getting into Pulsechain. And when I learned that, I felt like for the first time in my life, I felt like I had front run the entire general populace. I had beaten everyone. I got my money in, and I was right next to those billionaires. Granted, they're like 500x higher up on the chart, but I was in. And I want every single one of you to realize, if you sacked for Pulsechain and PulseX, you're in right alongside these billionaires, multimillionaires, and trickling on down. When you realize that, when you actually understand what I'm trying to say, when you see the macro, when you understand, whoa, Lit's in legacy, he's looking for low cap companies before they get acquired by institutions. Why? Because when an institution gets involved, they moon run the chart. That's how you have insane gaining moon runners. You get in before a massive whale buy. Now, translate it to crypto. You need to get your bag secure before the whales start buying. Do you guys understand that? Captain started the stream by saying, you're not going to see a discount on Hex like this. And guess what? 5 or 6 hours ago, Whale Hexbot shoots out a tweet that says almost $1 million open market buy of Hex. Did you guys see that? Just today, a couple hours ago, almost a $937,000 was just put on Hex. Who the hell just put $1 million in Hex at this price? That's what y'all have to ask yourself. You have to ask yourself, who is doing that?
And how many more are sitting there?
Exactly. So do you guys get why I'm lit? You get why I'm here, like freaking out to be on. I'm on the winning space. You guys are right next to me. We together have landed on the space of the Monopoly board where we're about to get paid. We are about to make those dividends, baby. You understand that? Look at this tweet. 15,899,411 hex for $937,000. Are you kidding me? Just hit me in the comments. How many times do you see $1 million orders go through on a crypto from just random? Like, am I the only one just freaking out about that? I love seeing that stuff.
Well, I knew that as soon as we started seeing that, we're getting super close. It's getting super tight. Liquidity came out yesterday, I believe. So we lost some liquidity yesterday. So that means things are going to start mooning fast. Buys do come in, and it's going to start getting real exciting. So hold on to your hats, everybody. It's getting time. Now, I don't know if the traditional bull market is here yet, the traditional crypto bull market, but we're going to have a little run ourselves here with Hex and Pulse. And always remember, guys, I'll say it and I'll say it again every stream, Hex is the GOAT. Pulsechain makes Hex better. PulseX makes Hex better. Hex has already done a 10,000X. What makes you think that it's not going to do another 10,000X and another 10,000X after that? And I say that not to talk moon math or not to talk hype things up. Bitcoin sucks. Bitcoin doesn't do what Hex does. Bitcoin isn't as secure. Bitcoin has had bugs. Bitcoin is old tech. Bitcoin just got jacked by the US for mining. The mining algorithms and all this crap and the mining pools, those days are going. They're going to be a thing of the past. Crypto is not going into the future with mining as part of it. I'm sorry, it's going to change. There may be some kind of utilization of all of those systems out there for, maybe pixelation. I see that maybe being somewhere where those miners can put their work to use, but no longer supporting the ridiculous thing that is Bitcoin. This is where you want to be. You want to be in Hex. You want to be in Hex right now, and you want to see these next 10,000X gains. Because if Bitcoin could do 6 million X, what makes you think that Hex can't do a couple 100,000X or 1 million X itself? I'm telling you, this is where it's going, and this is what's happening, and you will not see these prices again once we start moving into those areas.
I'm curious when you're talking about Hex, because we're hard forking ETH. We're gonna have P Hex. We're gonna have E Hex.
Yep.
What are you? I am incredibly bullish on P Hex personally.
Oh, of course.
I feel like this was Richard Hart's vision. I feel like his vision was just, honestly, if you go back to the videos of Hex when ETH gas fees are just murking everyone, $500 unstaked gas. Are you kidding? You know how many screenshots I've seen for $500 gas fees to end a Hex stake? This is before Pulsechain was ever talked about. I feel like Richard Hart was sitting there watching his beloved Hexicans, who were smaller community at the time. And for anyone who doesn't know, Hexicans are war-torn savages. Y'all are beast mode. And anyone who comes against Hexicans feels the wrath. They feel the fire burn their flesh. Why? Why is that? As a coach, I will tell you, it's because if you take a group of people and you drop them off into some war zone, all right, and there's snipers picking people off, there's dudes grabbing the chicks, you're fighting to survive, what happens? You either crumble and get taken over, or you back-to-back savage up and you take everyone out who's a threat, all right? That's human nature. If you drop someone in a war zone, they're either going to thrive or they're going to die, okay? Hexicans have been in that situation. Y'all have been in the trenches when everyone was like, oh, there's this wave of Hexicans. What are y'all doing? You're getting blocked. You're getting kicked out of chats. You went through all of it. You dealt with FUD. Hater after hater has been extinguished. Even the founder himself, we have seen ruin people who try to take him out. He just, I've watched him, y'all. What he does is he weaves a circle of logic around them. And by the time they fall into the center, he has surrounded them by logic and they can't get their way out. So when you have a founder like that, who can Mensa his way in a circle of facts around anyone trying to get him, the community that comes up from that naturally shares that same essence. So Hexicans learned from the founder, whoa, this is how the first rules of crypto work. This is how you protect yourself. And I have this theory that Hexicans are the most advanced minds in crypto. I do not know another community that knows as much as this community in general. Hit me in the comments. Prove me wrong. Tell me you know one other crypto community that has the level of IQ and intelligence that the Hexican and Pulsechain community have. I feel like we are crypto kids on steroids. We are flexed out at a whole new level. And when you see Richard Hart, it happens from the top down. It's not like our founder's not some weak ass dude who gets pummeled by an interviewer. He doesn't get caught up. If anything, he wrecks those people, and we've all seen it. So when we see Richard act that way, it becomes natural for us to learn everything about crypto. So when people try to tell us, dude, you're an idiot, you don't even know what you're talking about, we can surround them with facts and crush the game. So when I got involved in Pulsechain, these are the type of dudes that were there. It was you streaming. It was Balliot Brand. It was Identity Block. It was Hexo. It was Matty All In. At the time, it was Quant Gang. It was Whales Only. It was all these dudes who are OGs, war torn, Crypto Coffee. It's these dudes, and I'm watching their channel, watching Hodl Dog. First time I saw Hodl Dog, I didn't even understand 90% of what he was saying. Not even to mention David Feeder. All right, y'all? These dudes are so smart. You have to have an IQ that's like off the page to understand them. But guess what happens in the Hexican community? Day by day, we keep learning. And as we learn, we become more confident in this game. So you end up with this army of a community who's war-torn, had each other's backs. They fought, battled, and survived. Now that they have survived, another war is coming. Do you think they're scared? Hell no, they're not scared. Hell no, they're not scared. They know exactly what they have to do. We form like Voltron. We crush this game out stronger as a community, stronger with unity. So that is just one of the reasons I really appreciate being in this community. And I feel like I'm blessed. I truly feel blessed to be the first Pulsechain channel to have seen all this stuff go down. And now I feel like I'm in a transition period, being the first Pulsechain channel, where Hex is the army of OG veterans who crushed the war and they won. And now Richard Hart changed the game. Richard Hart literally changed the game on us, y'all. Hex is not just a token of a community. Hex is now a token of a community coupled with a layer 1 protocol. We are about to have an L1 blockchain. So in my brain, I'm now trying to make sense of the L1 blockchain, P-Hex fitting into it, and how to maximize gains in this ecosystem. I want the biggest bag of Richard Hart tokens possible. Do y'all feel the same way? Hit me in the chat. Captain, do you feel the same way? Do you want the biggest bag of Richard Hart tokens possible going into this next year?
Well, it's why I did secure the biggest bag possible. I went in as far and as deep as I could at the bull, where Richard kind of saved us all by having a sack at the heat of the bull.
He did.
You know, there was a lot of money on the table with a lot of OG Hexicans, and we got ape into Pulse and PulseX, and now that they're here, and now that I've been saying this, is that the chain wars, the L1 wars are coming. I think one of them just today, what was that? Fat chain, I think, just started scaling. So I mean, the chain wars are coming, and that's what we're going to see in 24. I think that, you know, you'll still have your meme coins that are going to draw the normal people into the crypto space. You're going to have the crypto regulars chasing the L1s, chasing the new dexes, chasing the new shiny objects, and it's going to go hog wild. And all the while, the economy is looking like it's getting ready for its recession. You know, they just the Fed here in the U.S. just upped another 25 basis points, so that's pushing us closer to a recession. Probably going to be one more of those moves before they start, on the flip. So that's coming, and people are going to be looking for some hard assets to get money into. And you think that there's not money sitting on the sidelines? You're mistaken. The trillions of dollars that were printed, and those are out there. That money's out there. And although we may call it devalued, there's still money out there that's going to be moving. I mean, we've already started to see what it's doing to inflation. So now it's just about, where's that money going to go? It doesn't disappear. Remember that. It doesn't disappear, and it's going to need somewhere solid to go. And more and more, the mainstream talks about crypto. More and more, the mainstream starts floundering around and trying to regulate and do all these things. All they're doing is bringing awareness to it. Nobody's afraid of what's coming down the pipe as far as regulation goes. I think that we're in a good position. This is going to be the bull run that we for those of us who have been around since 2014 or so, we've seen some bull runs, but this next one is just, all the stars are aligning, especially for hexagons, because if you're in this ecosystem, if you're sacked, if you're waiting to get some pulse at the beginning here, which, remember, everybody's here in the beginning, you're still less than 5% of the world is in crypto. You guys are the OGs of crypto. Even though it's been around for 10, 12 years, it's just now getting its feet underneath it. It's just starting to show what it can truly be, which is DeFi. And DeFi is here, and Hex and Pulsechain have brought it to crypto. We have fixed crypto, guys. Fix crypto, fix the money, fix the world. That's what we've had to do. And Richard Hart has done it. And can't say he's done it yet because Pulse hasn't launched, but when it does, I think that's where we're at.
You hit a really good point, and I want to highlight it. You talked about ETH and other blockchains. There is an article that just came out, all right? And what they did is they analyzed the monthly gains of Ethereum versus other L1s. This month, Ethereum has gone 19% up, okay? This is the article. I'll link it in the description if you want. The Solana and Terra blockchains have gone up 123% and 179%. All right? Hold on. What does that mean, y'all? Break this down with your boy Lit right now, because I'm the Pulsechain Super Bowl. Y'all know my channel. I get hectic on this Pulsechain game, all right? When I hear other L1s having 179% gains over ETH, 123% gains, and ETH's over here with this little 20% range. Are you guys kidding me? Think about that math. What do you think Pulsechain's going to do with the $2 billion behind it, the DEX that has the buy and burn, the war-torn Hexagon community, all of the money on the sidelines, all the people who've started channels, all the people tweeting? Are you guys kidding me? Tell me what those other blockchains have. You want to know what they did? One of them launched like a version of an Ape Club NFT that went really big, okay? That's what they did. They had one big project that bought over 123, 179% to the chain. That's just one project, all right? You have to understand this. You have to understand what moon runs in L1. One project can moon run in L1. Do you guys hear that? Look at Pepe. Look at Pepe. Look at Pepe.
X in a bear market.
it literally I know you guys see what I see. You saw the 1.2 million tweets for Pepe trending on Twitter. What's that? You saw 4 days later, 2.3 million tweets. Pepe, what's that? Then today, 4.3 million tweets for a meme coin. Are you guys freaking listening? Are you like, we are about to get hectic. And I feel like macro, we're tanking. I feel like we're going to tank in macro. But in this community, this bubble, it's almost like we were given an oxygen tank and everyone else is drowning. And Richard Hart handed out all these scuba tanks with water, and we got all these reserve tanks and this big factory where we can just go get another one and get some fresh air and look over, and people are like freaking out, drowning, and we're all relaxed. The whole community is relaxed because the future is out of control. And when you see these other L1s shooting beyond Ethereum, this proves that we can do the same thing. So if you understand all these factors and we start to harness the economic energy of the community and focus it, if we start focusing on Pulsechain and we start focusing on certain pairs on Pulsechain, certain projects, we literally can bring adoption to the chain that moon runs the whole L1. Not to mention other gas burning protocols that are going to bust up the native coin. There's so many bullish factors for Pulse coin in general. Not to mention the DEX that Richard created. Are you guys kidding me? Are you kidding me? The way that the DEX and the L1 work together, does it not like? Do you not sit up sometimes and go, dude, that is next level? We like when these two start working together. When you have Pulsechain layer 1 feeding Pulse X and Pulse X feeding, when they just start working in tandem, and you have P-Hex, that is the trifecta. I'm calling it, y'all. I said it 2 years ago. That's the trifecta. It's the Richard Hart ecosystem. And when you understand that this ecosystem is like the foundation, we literally have geniuses building other projects on Pulsechain. Yep. You have to be really smart about which one you select. But if you deep dive and you really find out what projects have legs, then you understand my point about Terra and these other blockchains that are pumping. What you realize is that one of these projects going big, just one of them, will incredibly boost our ecosystem. Not to mention the excitement that everyone has for their sacrifice bags. Okay. So there are so many factors that are coming from all angles that's why I'm freaking out. That's why I can't handle. I get so excited about this game because I'm here. You're all here. Imagine if we were invested in like Doge or something. You understand? It's completely different, or SafeMoon. And we're all freaking out about SafeMoon. I don't know other places where you can find this many smart people, this many billionaires, this many multimillionaires, this many streamers, this many passionate people. I saw Johnny Chaos in the chat. Are you kidding me? Have you guys watched that guy's videos? He'll just punch you in the face with so many facts. It's like you can't argue him. You can't argue the guy because he's just like smashing facts. So I don't see other creators. I don't see other communities. I don't see that anywhere else. Hit me in the comments. Tell me where else you see that. Honestly, I want to know. I do not want to be like lopsided or illogical. Tell me another community that has that many factors coming together. Honestly, like, tell me. Do you know any, Captain?
It doesn't exist. We created it. We have brought the energy. We have brought the alpha. You know, with Richard Hart teaching us in the early days what DeFi was supposed to be. You know, a lot of us when we first got into Hex, a lot of us were still trader mentality. We were still beat up from the big 20K Christmas. We were like disheveled and confused, but we knew that Richard was bringing something to the table that we needed to uncover and peel the onion back, you know, and as we did, the light bulbs went off and we all started realizing what we had actually stumbled upon and what we've gotten ourselves into. And like you said, the reason why we have such a smart community is because it took people that understood what this was in order to get them involved. So the people that did get involved were higher level. They understood what crypto had either had been in the game for a while and got, manhandled like I did, or they were just bright enough to know that this was the right crypto. This was the right guy to get behind. And that's what we did. And here we are. Like you said, battle tested, afraid of nothing and no one. Our founder is afraid of nothing and no one. And we've got the crypto to back it up. Hex has always had our back. I've never had to pull a stream down. I've never had to apologize to anybody for making a bad move or a bad investment. It's all been on the up and up, and everybody's done well. Even the people that bought high, and I've got a good friend that, you'll see it in the movie. Everybody's probably seen it. He bought at the top, and he aped all of his family's, money into it at the top. And it was a significant amount of money. And now he's down, 70% or so. So, but here's the thing. He's been aping in the whole time. He's been going in and buying.
Is he staked?
Yeah, he's buying the dip.
So how much has he mitigated by the function of the staking? It is,
of course.
Just explain. Can you explain that to people? Like, when you're staked in Hex, you literally mitigate loss. You literally mitigate mass amounts of your loss by being staked. If you hold liquid, it's all realized loss if you sell. But you're staked, you're constantly adding and protecting yourself. So it's just such a cool element to add to that.
Yeah, the staking definitely mitigates all of your losses, all of your gas fees, everything. Look at the payout today. The payout today was 6.47 Hex per T-share, I think today. 6.47. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And less and less hexes in circulating supply. More and more stakers are staking, but we're still getting bigger gains. I mean, bigger yields. So the mining or the staking or whatever you want, we've changed the narrative from the vernacular is now mining because interest and all that stuff is just not being looked upon favorably. So we'll just call it what it really is, which is you're mining. You're setting up a little miner out there, and boom, that's what staking is you're setting up a miner, and all of the Hex that you're making. Hey, if you've got a 10, a 5, a 10, a 12-year stake, a 15-year stake, those stakes are making Hex today that could be worth tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars in the near future. So to look at the Hex that you're making as, it's only a few 6-cent Hex that I just made, that's not the way you should be looking at it. Your price realization isn't for years to come. So yeah, man, staking.
How do you, so
way it needs to be done.
When I'm in Legacy, I was taught 5 years minimum hold by the multi-million-dollar brokers that I learned from. I asked them this. I said, tell me, will you teach me how to trade? You literally have more money than you know what to do with. You couldn't spend that much money in 2 lifetimes. And they're like, yeah, I probably could in 2 lifetimes, but definitely not in this one. And that was their answer. So I'm like, I want to learn from that dude. Your boy Lit right here wants to learn from the dude who cannot spend all his money in 1 lifetime. Do you get that? Do you get how my brain works? Well, I want to learn from that dude. So,
that's those ETH whales you're talking about.
Yes.
Those guys that got in Ethereum in the early days, those guys have so much crypto that they can do what they can do to systems and come in and get involved because they can't pull all of that value out of their system. Spreading it around and moving it into other assets where that they can do that is how these guys do it. And the next generation of that are the hexicans. The hexicans who get into Pulsechain, who get into PulseX are going to be the next generation's Ethereum whales. They're going to have the ability to move and move the market in this crypto space in the near future. You know, once we start seeing 10, 15, 20, 25% global adoption into crypto, that's when your bags are going to be worth some major money. Because we're talking, what, we're at $1 trillion market cap right now.
You're going to 5x that. Yeah.
We're gonna see this next bull run's gonna 5x. We already seen it go to 3 trillion, so we know that that's already a real possibility. So the next one takes us to 5-8 trillion maybe, and then it just keeps pumping from there. Crypto is starting to find its way. The products are starting to find their way. We're done with all of the shenanigans. The shenanigans are over. It's going to take the rest of crypto a little while to catch up to us, to understand what true DeFi is, to understand what they should be investing in versus all the memes and the freaking shell games and the 3-card Montes that are out there. It's going to take them a little bit, but they're going to figure it out. And we're going to show them this bull run. We're going to show them where they should be and how they should be acting.
Now, I want to talk about the bull run. Okay. Coming from Legacy, I had to study so hard. In the time that I have been away, I'm studying to get my real estate license. I'm going to be taking the test here in a little bit. And I'm going to be a licensed real estate agent just to add to my list of accolades. Why? Why am I doing that, y'all? Why did Lit go to get his real estate license? It's because when you look ahead at the trajectory of where we're headed, I am literally thinking 2-3 steps ahead. I want to prepare myself for wealth. I want to prepare myself so I don't take my funds and put it into something that tanks. I want to prepare myself for stability. And we have to watch our glass ceilings, all right? For those of you who don't know what a glass ceiling, it's a psychological term when you're coaching people, and it refers to lottery winners. There's something like 80% of lottery winners who end up wrecked, and they write these articles that say, I wish I didn't even win the lottery, it ruined my life. Okay, did winning the lottery ruin your life? Or did the uninhibited behavioral patterns in your neurosynaptic connections ruin your life because you were taught bad habits and bad patterns that you did not put in check? So I understand that as a coach, and I want to smack that out of you. I want to take that and just beat it out of you. Get rid of that, all right? You need to focus. You need to understand you are winning. Holding Richard Heart ecosystem tokens is winning. I swear with all my heart, I believe this. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and I don't want to be one. I'm Lit. I'm Coach Lit. I'm not no financial advisor, but guess what? I'm smart enough to deep dive, and I'm smart enough to research billionaires. I'm smart enough to understand smart money. I understand macro. I understand all the factors I've broken down. And when you really, truly understand that, you really are forced to the conclusion that where I'm standing in this ecosystem is the winning space. So what is the move on the chessboard when you're in the winning space, when you have strategized and you've set all your pieces up and you're winning? What do? Do you start wildly moving pieces and go away from your strategy? No, you just wait for the other player to make their move and you crush them. All right? That's what you do. So my philosophy going forward is to understand, Lit, you've done the hard work already. And as a coach, I will tell you, this glass ceiling people hit, people keep thinking they have to work harder. They have to do more. They have to take action. I have to buy this car or help this family member or give this person a business. And what happens is they throw their money away and they end up wrecked, broke. All right? This is what happens. Some dudes head to prostitutes and cocaine, all right? It happens. But what really is driving that behavior is a fundamental mistake in their mind. They have made a mistake of who they are, where they are, and what they should be focusing on. And if you can acknowledge that the habits you've received in your life, not all of them are good. You may have incorporated bad habits that do not help yourself. If you can let go of your ego a little bit, don't get rid of all your ego. The ego actually protects you, all right? Ego is what stops you from walking in front of a bus because you want to preserve yourself. You have to have a little ego. Ego is what gives you integrity of self, so that when you walk in a room and someone tries to smash on you, you don't let them. You have to have a little ego. You can't just say, oh, okay. That's not healthy. You have to have a little ego. And if you see what I'm talking about, you'll understand. Standing up for yourself, being fierce, and being able to acknowledge, I've learned some bad habits, whether it came from parents, friends, family, getting bullied, whether you had a girlfriend who cheated on you or a wife who left you, whatever has happened, we learn these bad habits. And I want to tell y'all, get rid of it. You have way more power than you think. Get rid of it. You're on the winning space. And all we have to do is recognize it. We just have to recognize you've won the lottery. You just have to let it come to fruition. And that is why we have community. I'm here to help y'all relax and hodl. I'm here to help you hodl. Imagine this. Imagine you're on the right space and the crypto game is swirling around you. And all you have to do is take that tank of air that Richard Hart gave you, take a deep breath and relax and watch everything else grow around you. And all you have to do is hold. Captain, you have been here since the very beginning of Hex. Tell me the strategy that I just laid out, how you have to understand your bad habits, recognize, whoa, I'm on the winning space. I'm already in. I just have to do nothing. I just have to sit here and let everything build up around me. If people can do that, correct me if I'm wrong, they legitimately have a chance at becoming whales years down the road. Legitimately.
Well, of course. I mean, so a lot of people here, a lot of people in the chat room, a lot of people already have made lots of money. Money intensifies or enhances one's attitudes and behaviors. It puts a magnifying glass on your bad behaviors and your good behaviors. You've got to realize which of those are serving you, however, because not all selfish behaviors are bad, and not all liberal, helpful behaviors are good. Like you said, you can't just go helping family members or throwing money around willy-nilly at everybody who asks for it. You have to be really careful. You have to be check yourself first of all, and then start to, like you said, put that oxygen mask. You know, like they say in the airplane, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Get your shit together. Get your house in order. And then you can go be good to the rest of the world, whether it's your family or some kind of charity or something that you want to work on, or if you're just ready to retire and go see the world or whatever. But you do have to take care of yourself first and make sure that your financial acumen is set up for becoming very, very wealthy, because it will slip through your hands like quicksilver. Because I'm telling you, the people start coming out of the woodwork. They start knocking on your doors. As soon as people find out you got money, you got all kinds of new friends. You've got people, got all kinds of good projects, all kinds of good business deals for you to get into, and it just starts flowing. You've got to be wise. You've got to think smart. You've got to stay on your toes, and you've got to make sure that your shit's together first.
You're so right. It so hits home for me, you guys. Like, I just like, it's so true what you're talking about, that I have getting into this sacrifice coming from legacy. I was broker managing accounts. I had brokered a lot of accounts. I had made a lot of people a lot of money in Bitcoin mining stocks. All right. I told you all the formula early. You look for patents. You look for low market cap. You look for the founders. You look for the backing. You look for their technology. Then you find their hardware. You have to find out their hash rate. You have to find out the access they have to electricity. And what I would find is these Bitcoin mining stocks, they would get these facilities right next to power plants where they have these huge cables going. And if you know how Bitcoin mining works, You need a 220 plug to go into that thing. It's not a normal house. You need a freaking giant amount of power. So I was finding what is separating Bitcoin mining companies from crushing the game and what is separating them from being small fries, just these little small potatoes. I want the big kahuna. I want to get the King Kong nuts of the Bitcoin mining game. So what I found is they're institutional backed. There was one Bitcoin miner that was from Europe in like a royal family type deal, and it established itself in America. I believe it was Core Scientific off memory from years ago. But if you look up the owners and you look up, if you deep dive long enough and deep enough and hard enough, you're going to find, whoa. The big dogs own that. That's the big dogs. That is not an independent investor trying to order miners from China. All right. It's not some dude. That is like a institutional buying power, conglomeration of superpower, but they're hiding. They're hiding in plain sight. It looks like a normal company, but behind it is big money. So when I saw that, I realized in this Bitcoin mining game, those dudes got their miners when there's a shortage. This is very important to understand. You have to understand international business. When you have a corporation in China that is selling Bitmain, okay? Bitmain is the manufacturer that sells these computers, and it's deep in the heart of China. Who are they going to send those machines to in a crunch? Let's say there's 100,000 machines. Now, why is there a shortage on machines? You got to deep dive. You have to understand. They use chips, like NVIDIA chips. There's chips inside these miners, and when there's a chip shortage, because now all kinds of technology uses it, from electronic vehicles to miners to computers to graphic cards to video game systems, they all use these chips, all right? So then you have to learn about the chip manufacturers, and you can predict the Bitcoin mining game when they're trying to increase their hash rate and these manufacturers' supply is low, and you find the chip manufacturer has tons of supply, they'll get it to them. But if the chip manufacturer's supply gets low, now there's a pull on the materials. And I actually deep dived and understood all of this. So as a broker for these accounts, I got them in early. And then guess what happened? Guess what happened, y'all? The institutional buys came in exactly like I told you. I was in low market cap Bitcoin mining stocks in legacy finance. I was a broker. I got all my people in, and then the institutional buys came. And guess what? Every time they had an article that says we're ordering 50,000 Bitcoin miners, that article was so bullish. I literally would watch the chart moonrun, 10x. I got 10x gains regularly in the stock market, okay? Until they rugged it. And that's exactly what they did. The stock market is 100% controlled from the top down, and it is just like that. So how does this fit into Pulsechain? How does this fit into crypto? Let me break this down. What happens is once people understand that they have a winner, they change. Psychologically, they change, and you can see greed set in. It's like finding a gold mine, find this gold nugget, and you're stoked. But then you realize, whoa, there's another one. And pretty soon you realize there's a whole gold mine over there, but there's this native tribe that's over there, like taking care of the land and the animals, and there's all this harmony, and there's not, they're just all living all peaceful off the land, but they have gold behind them. What does that gold do? Look at history, y'all. Gold makes people so greedy that they'll kill every single one of those people. They'll rape all the women. They'll tell them some other religion to believe, and then they literally will take over. Why? Because the gold. They got greedy. So in this crypto game, that's human psychology. It's just the conquering mind of human psychology will do that. It's exactly the same in crypto. People want to conquer. They want to win. So what happens is people who get into this game start attracting attention. You start putting flare off, and other people notice it. And I want to tell y'all, you have to protect yourself, okay? I got into this game and I sacked. And guess what I did? I took all this Bitcoin mining stocks and I closed all my positions. And I told my people, I found the secret sauce. So what I did is I got them into the sack, all right? And I'm always managing their accounts. So when I'm managing their accounts, they come to me and then I broker the deals and I make the trades. And I have to sign all these forms with Schwab where like they get all your info, they KYC you, they have to know who you are, and then you have to get approval. So I'm used to that. Guess what happened in this crypto game with Richard Hart? I get these people in, and now 2 years later, the hype that has built up got so crazy. I started having my people tell me that I need all this. I don't want you to manage it. And they're coming at me sideways to get more. And I'm watching it going, oh my God, y'all are like those people who found the gold and you're getting greedy. So I'm seeing it in real time with my own people. So I have had intimate understanding that when you're on the winning space, even your own friends and family will start flipping if they're not fully stable. They will. So I want to prepare y'all. This is a reality I'm dealing with. This is a reality other people are going to deal with. But I have the conviction and I have the hubris to understand. Lit, none of that matters. You stack chips, you buy dips, baby. You understand that? Stack chips, buy dips. You're on the right space. Hodl long term. And I'm telling you, we're going to have a whole new wave of multimillionaires crushing the game out. And
Damn.
RG3, did you not see that with Hex? Did you not see it in slow motion? Tell people you've been here the whole time. Tell people what it was like for you seeing it in Hex.
I watched
motion.
I watched millionaires be created. I started a stream. I pushed a button. I started talking about Hex. We started understanding what it was. We started teaching people what to do. And, you know, a year later after the sack, I got people coming up to me in public saying, thank you. You helped make me a millionaire. I can't tell you how many times people have said that to me. And that is like one of the greatest freaking compliments ever, because I know what I did. You know, it is about money. People think, oh, you know, money isn't everything. Well, I'll tell you what, money's right up there with oxygen, to be completely honest, because when you think about it, you know, well, money doesn't make you happy, but money gets you options. Options get you freedom. Freedom makes you happy. And that's what money does. And I was so glad and proud to have been part of helping people to become wealthy in crypto, and not do it in a pumpy dumpy way, not do it in a, you know, I got paid to shill something way. Do it organically, do it like the tenets of crypto were supposed to be done, where a community was developed, a good crypto was made, and we all immutably went out there and made our money on it because we were being the good stewards. We were teaching people about it. We were talking to them. We were showing them what it was about, because it takes a story. It takes your story to go tell people about what this is, you know? And so you got to get out there and tell your story. Lit, I'm glad you're back. We're out of time. I got to get on. I got a hard stop. I got another stream I got to jump on right now. But dude, it's so good to have you around, and me and you got to catch up.
We're going to catch up. I just want to address Johnny Chaos. He said Core Scientific just went under. If that's true, I am so happy that I got out of that game and into this Richard Hart ecosystem. It just proves my point of how I followed the smart money to be here. And I just got so much love for y'all. Can someone in the chat, I just started a Telegram group. All right. And I'm just spreading so much love. If y'all want to check it out, we'll hit it and you can reach my profile. And I basically just want to give love to everyone who's had my back in the last 2 years. And I want to put together all the best stuff to try to help y'all through this game. And I want to encourage you with my coaching, my motivation. I've been writing in there every day, trying to get these boys flexed out and positive. So I honestly, I have so much love to give that it gets hectic being lit sometimes. So I really appreciate you having my back. I got yours. We form like Voltron. Together, we crush this game out. So much love, y'all. Thank you for having me on, Captain.
All right, thanks for coming, bro. Take care, everybody. I'll see you on the show with Famous on DeFi Syndicate. Oops.